we should have the freedom to put whatever we want in our bodies. Like, even the worst drugs that we know of, opioids, only about 9% of people get addicted to them. You can look this up. That's nothing compared to the amount of people we have hooked on fast food in America. We have an obesity rate of like 70%. And the difference between fast food and something like the poppy plant, which is the plant that produces opioids, is things like opium, morphine, Percocet, even things like cannabis, things like magic mushrooms. Things like opium can help increase serotonin in your brain if you have depression. Things like morphine can help with pain, and a lot of people have chronic pain. Not everyone ages gracefully. Some people by the age of 30, and it's not always the person's fault. They might have been through abuse from their family. Maybe their parents didn't feed them right growing up. It's not always the person's fault, but a lot of people by the age of 30, they've been through so much in life that they have severe chronic pain, and it's not always their fault. And they might need something like opium to just help them go to work, help them just get through the day. Because if you're in enough chronic pain, that can affect your health in other ways. Because maybe all that pain you're feeling can affect your mental health. Maybe if you're in enough pain, that can affect your heart and stuff like that. So, and you go to the doctor, you tell them you're in chronic pain, they don't even believe you anymore. And kratom isn't enough for everyone. People are like, oh, even some people even want to make kratom illegal. The kratom's not enough for everyone. Some people have severe pain and they need a strong opioid like a Percocet. And you used to be able to get it prescribed to you, and now you can't anymore because 10 to 30% of people were getting addicted. So what? There's always going to be a percentage of people that fuck everything up for everyone else. Like, you can drink too much water and damage your body. You can eat too much fruit and damage your body. You can eat too much vegetables and damage your body. So there's always going to be someone that misuses something that was meant to be good. And yeah, maybe because opioids can give you a strong high, maybe it attracts more people to misuse them. So what? It's still only 9 to 30%, but there's a strong benefit because a lot of people have chronic pain and it helps them live a lot of people have chronic pain and the opium helps them live a higher quality life. Or even depression. Opium can help with serotonin. Energy, opium can help with. Mushrooms, magic mushrooms can help with depression as well. Magic mushrooms can actually help heal the physical body of physical diseases. Cannabis can actually help heal the physical body of physical diseases. So a lot of these so-called drugs, I think everything should be legal. I really do. I think if God grows it, he grows it for us for a reason. And yes, people might misuse it. Just like there's fruitarians that all they eat is fruit. They don't take any supplements. They don't eat anything else. All they eat is fruit. And maybe they're eating too much fruit. Maybe they're not. I'm not saying you can't eat just fruit and thrive, but it depends on what types of fruits you're eating. Everyone's body is different. Maybe you would do good on 90% fruit and 10% eggs or ashwagandha or green juice. So maybe someone would do okay with 100% fruit, and maybe fruitarian works for someone, but maybe someone else does fruitarian and they damage their body. And so the fruitarian didn't work for them. Just because fruitarian damaged one person's body and worked for someone else, are we going to make all fruit illegal? No, that's insane. That's exactly what people are doing with opioids. A lot of people have genuine chronic pain. I went to the doctor with chronic pain and they would not prescribe me any painkillers, which is literally inhumane. But because a lot of people have genuine chronic pain and they take these pain medicines and they help them live a higher quality of life. But because 9 to 30% of people get addicted, all of a sudden there's an opioid crisis and now it's illegal. It doesn't make any sense. You used to be able to get morphine and cannabis syrup over the counter, but nowadays you got to go to a dispensary and they tax a bunch for the cannabis. No human being on earth should have the right to raid any other human being's land because they're growing something that God put on earth for us to use as needed. No one knows how much pain you're in, so a doctor shouldn't have the right to say, oh, you can only take this many milligrams. Or in a lot of cases, oh, you can't take anything at all. I won't write a prescription for a narcotic for you because you don't need it. How do they know if you need it or not? We have a chronic pain epidemic in America that's going untreated. But yet fast food, McDonald's, Taco Bell, a lot of these restaurants, they serve food that if you eat too much of it, you will end up in chronic pain. You might get a foot amputated from diabetes or something. And it's legal. It's perfectly legal, even though we have an obesity rate of 70%. So cannabis being illegal, it's not for health. There's no health reason that it should be illegal. Cannabis can be amazing if you make green juice with it. There's so many good uses for it. Opium being illegal, yeah, there's people that get addicted to it, but there's also people that need it. So it's not for health because only 9 to 30% of people get addicted, but there's other people that need it, and they should be able to just get it over the counter for cheap. They should, because people drink too much water. That's a real thing. Look up how drinking too much water can dilute your blood electrolytes. Maybe it's better to juice instead because juicing has more electrolytes in it, like fruit juice and vegetable juice, but that doesn't mean we can make plain water illegal just because there's risks and benefits. People have to be responsible as an adult to weigh the risks and benefits themselves. And in my opinion, that is what living in a true free country would be like, is that you would be allowed to take any substance you want in any amount you need through your own free will. No doctor can say yes or no and write a prescription or not. That shouldn't be allowed for a doctor to be able to say yes or no. They're not God. They don't live in your body. They don't know how much pain you're in. That's the problem, is when you schedule something like, oh, this is schedule 5 or whatever, you can only get it through a doctor prescription. What if the doctor doesn't want to write a prescription because maybe it's a young kid that's in pain and the doctor thinks, oh, he's young, how could he be in that much pain? You don't know. Someone might be in debilitating pain and you just don't know because you're not them, and so ashwagandha gummies right here, by the way. And so what inspired me to make this video is I was on YouTube and I saw someone bashing 7-OH, saying, oh, it shouldn't be in smoke shops. And for those of you that don't know, 7-OH is a kratom extract. And they're saying, oh, it shouldn't be in smoke shops because it's stronger than kratom. But I'm glad that 7-OH is in smoke shops. I'm really glad that it is, because at least people that are in severe chronic pain still have an option. They can get kratom or 7-OH. And some people even think that should be illegal. And it's like, no, nothing should be illegal. Opium should be legal. Magic mushroom should be illegal. Or not illegal, legal. Cannabis should be legal. It should all be allowed. Because you don't know what symptoms someone's in. And you should be able to grow anything you want to treat whatever you have. God put all these plants here for us, and opium can be used for more than just pain. Opium can be used to achieve higher states of consciousness. It can help increase different neurochemistry like serotonin. Magic mushrooms can be used for more than depression. It can be used to achieve higher states of consciousness. Cannabis can be used for more than cancer. It can be used to, again, achieve higher states of consciousness. It can be used to heal the mind, body, and spirit. There's a reason why God put these plants here. And they can be used for way more than healing diseases. They can be used for literally achieving higher states of consciousness. Like psychedelics can be used for spiritual purposes. Opium can be used for spiritual purposes. Cannabis can be used for spiritual purposes. And we've been lied to about everything. We've been lied to about how dangerous drugs are. And we've been lied to about how safe a lot of these foods are that people are eating that are actually causing diseases. And a lot of things are backwards in today's society. And I hope for change. I pray for freedom. I really do. There's people that freedoms are being taken away over cannabis, a plant that God gave us, and it's not right. And I want to live in a society where we're free to heal ourselves with natural plants that God gave us as we choose and please. And I want to live in a society where we have all the freedom and power. We don't need to give the pharmaceutical industry more power than they deserve. I'm not saying they don't do good things. You might get into an accident, you get injured, you need surgery. I'm not saying pharmaceutical industry don't do good things, but no human being on earth should have the right to prescribe something or not prescribe something. If you feel like you need it, you should be able to get it with or without a doctor's prescription. So I'm not saying the pharmaceutical industry is evil inherently. I know that a lot of good people work for them. Like, a lot of people might need surgery. A lot of people might need these doctors. And it's good that we have these people care. But I'm just saying, no man on earth should have the power or authority to say, you can take opioids, I'll write a prescription, or you can't take them because they don't know how much pain you're in. You should have the right to choose whatever you want. You want Tylenol? Okay, Tylenol's fine. You want Percocet? Okay, Percocet's fine. You want Kratom? Kratom's fine. You want 708? 708 is fine. If you're one of the 9 to 30% of people that get addicted, you take responsibility for that. The same way that the people eating fast food take responsibility if they get obese. We don't need to make laws to ban every type of food. We don't need to make laws to ban every type of drug. People should be able to put whatever in their body they feel is best, because the problem is, when you make laws for the 9% of people that have an opioid addiction, that ruins the other 91% that need it for chronic pain, that need it for depression, or even maybe they just want to use it to, maybe they do just want to get high, but maybe it's for spiritual reasons. Maybe it's like how sometimes when people get high on mushrooms, they're trying to have a spiritual trip. Opioids can do that for some people. Everyone has different brain chemistry. Some people see God on opioids. You should be able to do that if you want. If you're a responsible adult and you know that you can handle it and you won't get addicted and you'll still be able to handle your responsibilities, you should be able to put yourself in an altered state of consciousness, if you so please, just to experience it, you know? And I think there could be a reason why God put some of these plants here, is because maybe it's just for our joy sometimes, and that's okay. It doesn't always have to have some, oh, you're diseased, so now you can take it. If you want to just take it and feel happier, that is maybe okay in its own way. Who's to say that that's inherently wrong? If you're allowed to eat fast food and damage your body just because it tastes good, why can't you take cannabis just because it feels good? Why can't you take opium just because it feels good? And that's all I'm saying, guys, is I'm not pro-drug. I'm not anti-drug. I really do believe everyone's body is different. I'm pro-health. I believe whatever is best for the health of the individual is probably what's best, because I believe the unhealthier someone is, the more likely they might be to commit crime, to act out, etc. Because when your needs aren't being met, it can create issues. But I do believe a lot of people need opium for health, because chronic pain can be debilitating day to day for your mental health and maybe even for your physical health as well. If you're in too much pain, that can cause heart issues, etc. And a lot of people by the age of 30 or older may have chronic pain. And so I believe a lot of people need opium for health. I believe a lot of people need cannabis for health. If you look at how cancer is in today's society, I believe a lot of people might need magic mushrooms for health. If you look at how depression is with a lot of people, and the fact that these plants are illegal in a lot of places and inaccessible for a lot of people, I think is inhumane and cruel, because God literally put these plants here for us. And so I think one of the steps that we need to take to live in a sovereign civilization is to legalize everything and give people the freedom to choose what they think is best for them. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I wanted to make this video because I truly do believe that for the future of human health, we should have the freedom to make anything into a supplement. If we want to put opium in it or cannabis or mushrooms, and I think the freedom to put anything in a supplement could unlock new levels of medical care and health care for everyone, over the counter, not something that a doctor would have to prescribe. I don't think any human being on earth, like I said, should have that much power to say yes or no if you can put something in your body that God put on earth. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm not pro-drug. I just think that certain plants are beneficial for certain people, and anyone should be allowed to try anything, because you know what works best for you better than any doctor might, because you live in your body and a doctor does not. So I hope this helps. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I love you guys, and until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.